When Lucifer fell from heaven, he headed straight for hell. In traditional images, the devil torments the damned with fire and brimstone in the realm of the dead. But some people believe that you don't have to die to go to hell in order to meet Satan. The portal to eternal darkness can be found here on earth. So if we find the highway to hell, would we also find out what the devil looks like? Kentucky, bluegrass country. A land characterized by the rounded hills of the north, the rocky slopes of the Penroyal, and the western coal fields. Wilder sits in northern Kentucky, just across the river from Cincinnati. Wilder is aptly named. It connotes unruliness and feral behavior, is a little rough around the edges. And there's nothing that unusual about this place, apart from one thing. For many years, the town has been subject to visits from curiosity seekers, tourists, investigators, and media reporters. They come here in search of a place called Bobby Mackey's Music World, a nightclub and bar that is said to be home to the gateway to hell.
Rumors about Satanism, about this being a place of unease, are founded on truth, in that murders occurred here, and people who were associated with the murders met untimely ends or had bad luck thrown upon them. I mean, that's documented.
Bobby Mackey's rests in an isolated position in the bank of the Licking River. It has a long and bloody history. Constructed in 1850, it was once a popular site for Satanists to practice their occultist ceremonies. Devil worshippers would gather at the site to perform rituals to Satan and make bloody sacrifices to their god, drinking each other's blood and slaughtering animals.
It's on the edge of the road, and it has this feel to it as if you are entering a different place. And it does have a history, and that history is not fraught with good things all throughout.
In the early 1800s, this site was a slaughterhouse, and there was a well that they dug into and put culvert pipe in, and they ran it all the way to the Licking River. Because of all the blood that was spilled into the well, Satan worshipers came here, and they would go down into the well and worship the devil.
Carl Lawson was the club's caretaker for several years. No one knows more about its gruesome history than him.
This here is part of the actual well, and there's a tunnel up underneath for them railroad tracks you can actually walk through that will lead you right into this building. I honestly believe the satanic worshipers were drawn here because of the availability of the Licking River, the location, the seclusion. They had a very private, they could do almost anything they wanted out of here. I believe that it is to a point why this club is, it's like a vortex.
With so much occultist activity in the area, the well underneath the club took on a particular significance.
When they dug that well out, they opened the gates of hell.
Hell's Gate is in the basement. It's in the well downstairs in the basement. First time I went downstairs, I just could feel the difference down there. I mean, it made my skin crawl. I just got real shivery. I had to leave. I couldn't go back. And I still, to this day, won't go downstairs.
Carl lived in the attic whilst looking after the club. He soon found that he wasn't alone.
When I took residence up here, I was the only person in this building, and I lived right upstairs. And what was here, I hadn't realized it, but it was actually enjoying senses for me. And being alone here, when I would enjoy a cigarette, the spirits were enjoying it too, because they was in me.
Soon Wilder was alive with talk of the local man possessed by demons.
When I first learned of this story, I came and interviewed Carl. We spent the night talking here, and I did what they call mock the spirits. I started making fun of them and trying to get them to appear. A garbage can went flying across the behind the bar and smashed all to pieces. And the more I talked to Carl, the more I felt that he was possessed.
But this wasn't an anonymous malevolent energy. Both Carl and Doug believed that they were entertaining Satan.
Satan would enter, and he would make me stay up for days on end. I would become violent. Anytime somebody tried to show me affection or concern, I would lash out at them. I had no control over myself. I was just perpetrating evil. I was possessed. I'd think, do, or say Satan's work. And that's what he loves, is to cause disharmony, hatred. That's what he loves, and he was working through me doing that. Actually, sitting here right now, I can feel like something's knocking at a door. I really can sense I'm being watched.
At this time, Carl believed he saw the face of Satan.
I would hear voices. I'd glance back in this one big mirror in the rear of the building, and I don't know how many times I would see an image. The lights is out. I mean, electric's turned off, there's no light. But I would see the glimpse of an image with reddish-colored eyes.
During my interviews with Carl told me that down in the basement that Satan appeared in a mirror, and actually a bony, elongated hand came out of the mirror trying to grab him. He said that Satan told him that he would die if he tried to get the spirits or get the demons out of here.
Satan eventually drove Carl to the brink of destruction.
I had some horrid memories of things I would do. The turmoil that was built up in me was just totally strong. It was going to destroy me sooner or later. Something had to be done, or I was done for. I was going to die here.
Whilst Carl's behavior became more and more extreme, Doug believed that the only option left was to have the demons exorcised.
I went and talked to a Pentecostal minister named Glenn Cole, Reverend Glenn Cole, and asked him to come here and meet Carl. He was here 10 minutes, talked with Carl for like 10 minutes, and he turned to me and he says he's infested with demons.
It has been several years since the Satan was driven out, and only now does Carl feel strong enough to revisit the scene of his exorcism.
The minister actually talked to Carl for maybe 15 minutes before he actually started performing the exorcism.
He anointed me with holy water, and he prayed upon me.
The minister asked who is inside Carl Lawson's body. Carl got down on his hands and knees, crawled like a dog, and out of Carl's mouth, real gravelly, said, "Ima Natas." I asked the minister what that was, and he said that was Carl speaking in English backwards, and Ma Natas backwards is "I am Satan." When the minister grabbed the Bible and he grabbed Carl by the hands, Carl went flying backwards into the floor, out of the chair. I witnessed that. And he threatened the minister and said that there's 1,000 demons here with me, and I'll kill you and any minister or any man of God that comes in this place and tries to run us off. His explicit words were, "We've been here for thousands of years, and you or no man of God is going to run us out of here."
That exorcism, it is a complete blackout. Whatever was in me was not me.
The exorcism complete, Carl left his job and moved out of the attic rooms. But has Satan moved on as well? Has Hell's Gate been closed for good?
I firmly believe that if there is a site of evil, that it's right here at Bobby Mackey's nightclub. But I'm telling you, something evil dwells here.
What's here, it's real. I don't want to be the catalyst any longer. I stayed here long enough. I'd be opening up the door, and I'm just not going to let that happen.
Was Carl Lawson possessed by demonic spirits? Did he see Satan at Hell's Gate? And do the red flashing eyes really belong to the devil? After the break, meet the murderers who claim that the devil drove them to commit their crimes.